Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Step with me into the garden, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the Garden of Eden from director Marcel Walz. Yes, he is back with a brutal, dark story of this cult of people who are very well off, and they hold a party. And these parties, they offer a wish for the guests. It's at random, and their wish is what their heart's desires, but it may not be what you think. Usually it involves some kind of revenge. So the Edens are doing what they feel is God's work, but when they end up picking the wrong person, things start to go awry in their lifestyle. We've got an inspector who's looking a little too close to their family, and things just start to unravel for what they feel is their perfect life, where they're doing good by helping these people expunge their inner demons, so to speak. Garden of Eden, wow, okay, it opens with this wild scene, and they're just showing you right now what you're going to be in for. It's got one of the best stinger openings I've seen that just has you curious. While it may feel familiar, just the fact that they went all out with the gore and the practical effects and everything, and the visual imagery of some of these deaths, of how these bodies are displayed in it. Yeah, it's just, you get this opening, you're like, wow. And then how does that connect? And then we see how this story plays out and how it will connect. And, the Eden, it's interesting dynamic with them because while they are a family, they may not necessarily all be family related by blood, but they still are a cohesive unit that are all, well, most of them are behind their mission. And so I liked that angle of story, a little bit of spin on your cult type story, your crazy family. These aren't like really wild and crazy folks. They're controlled most of the time, which makes them even more creepy, I think. And yes, Garden of Eden has plenty of practical gore in here with some extreme deaths that are gonna be for select taste. This is not gonna be for everyone, folks. This is some extreme indie horror here. They do not hold back on the brutality of these kills. Now, what we do have here is some talent that is familiar to us. In front of the camera, we've got Robert Russler here as Matteo Eden. He's the head of it, the patriarch of the family, the leader of sorts to this whole idea of doing good by maybe performing some evil acts. And I loved that layer to of his justification is just so disturbing, where underneath you can see cracks in his persona that he presents to everyone. And we're even introduced to some kind of private thoughts and private identity that he has that he doesn't allow everybody to see, just mostly his family. So yeah, a kind of a layered character here. He's more than just the controlling patriarch, and I thought that was an interesting take. Monique Parent plays his wife, Eloise Eden, who's right along with her husband in doing this. She's very supportive the whole way, though there's our little cracks in their relationship as well. Overall, these two are two peas in the pod, as it seems, for most of the film. And yeah, the dynamic with them really, I think, adds that extra level where, if you've got this whole group who are actually feeling justified in doing these brutal, nasty kills, that just adds that other layer. And then Angelique Eden is played by Sarah French. She is the one that is way too into these kills. Just a little bit too much into these kills, and it's interesting to watch the arc of her character and where she starts and where she finishes. Let me tell you, Sarah French, also very talented indie actress who's very busy in the scene, and she really she really goes all out for this role of Angelique. And then Sarah Poldenak playing Dominique Eden. She's a little bit more mousy, a little more reserved, a little bit more hesitant in doing these deeds for these people because she's questioning it a little bit. Out of the four here, she's the one that's most questioning their mission, though Angelique helps her out at one point to help kind of get over her reservations for what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, overall, if you like extreme, dark, indie horror with some wonderful gory practical effects and some very extreme kills, Garden of Eden is going to be for you. My only real criticism with this for the type of film that it is that it felt like it goes a little too long. I understand what they were going for, but I would have liked to see maybe one less death in this story, though I understand why they did what they did. But still, overall, fans of this type of entertainment, you're going to love Gardens of Eden. It's one of the more extreme indie horror films that have come out recently. And if that is your bag, this one definitely should be on your viewing list. I'll put as much information as I can down below about Garden of Eden. If you've happened to see this film, please let me know what you thought of this movie. Like, subscribe, bells and whistles, and all that here. I thank you for your support. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub